Good evening, everyone. I just finished my shift here today and wanted to do a second update of the day for my first official day. Had quite a few members come in, so I'm very excited. First of all, I want to cover some of the questions. So we had the SGU signature resources. So thank you, Bill, for your question. Let's look at the chart first. Let's start with this. So SGU. This is obviously a what I like to call a penny stock, right? That's a term they use. We're looking at a weekly chart. This thing started trading around 2011, right when the market peaked, and then we see some waves here. So you'll see the candles even on the weekly chart. You'll see it more on the daily. Switch to the daily. So you see how they look distorted, right? So this is a very low volume stock. See, like on days, typical days at the top left there, you see it 2.5, 40,000, 26,000. You know, I like to trade things that are, or invest in things that have, you know, around 250,000 shares per day as a minimum. Provides more liquidity, but doesn't mean it's a bad investment. These things can run very quick, very high. So if we look at this, we see it dropped, you know, it went from, we're talking about 19 cents to 0.02 cents. How much is that? So that's 90%. So this thing had wild swings, boom, 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 down. Now what I'm looking at here, we got a cup forming, right? You see where an arc, you can call it. We've touched it, touched it, touched it, touched it, touched it, touched it. So we're touching it everywhere. This is acting as support. We have this trend line going down where we broke out solidly, we went up, we hit this other trend line that goes right from the start. You know, if we want to make it touch, you know, 2 touches on a trend line, that's not the best. So let's adjust it a bit. There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3. When it's volatile like this, it's a bit harder to do technical analysis for sure. So once we break out of this, you know, I think we can get a nice run up. If we look at, I'm just looking here, one of the things I like to see in junior stocks that stood out at me as a red flag here is percent held by the insiders. We got 0% of insiders holding this stock. Why? I'm not sure. Held by institution, 0.62%. Not very high either. Okay. When it comes to their projects, I'm not a geologist, so I'm not going to go into drill results and everything, but they got 3 projects. They got the Lingside West project. I love the pictures. This is where I go fishing, so a lot of their work is in Ontario, Canada. So Lingman Lake project, and also Lingside. And you can see a lot of the stuff they're talking about, they own the claims to these properties. So it's very junior exploration. It's a gamble bet in my view. So that's my my take on that on SGU. So next one we have Philo Mining Corp and gold mining. So we're going to start with gold mining. I had looked at this before and I hadn't looked at the chart in a while. I love the chart. So look at this. This is, let's go to the weekly first. So if I'm looking at the weekly chart, we're looking back here again. This came online around 2011. Downtrend line, false breakout here, kept going down, boom. Look at this breakout. You know, these trend lines work, right? So if you get this breakout here, you're looking at a, you know, 400% move. It was incredible. Awesome. So, and then we got this awesome arc, right? Very clear. You can see where it is. Touch, touch, touch. It touches everywhere. There's, you know, there's some false volatility, right? But that's okay. And then we move here. So I'm going to move to the daily to see for an entry. The question was asked, should I sell this or keep it? I don't give financial advice, by the way. I'm telling you what I'm seeing as if I would own the stock. So you do your research for sure. I'm here just to break it down and give you my opinion. So we have a support zone here, right? So we came up, we consolidated, and then boom, we broke out, and we broke out to 378. Now we're getting a very nice pullback on this. All right, since August, it's the same pattern as gold, right? So this is trading very similar to gold, but it's lacking gold. So gold has already broken out. This hasn't. So this might be an opportunity to get a move, to get a value play before, you know, it's chasing gold, right? It's not, or lagging gold would be a better term. So if it comes down here, we're creating a nice handle on this big arc. We got support over here. I would wait for a breakout, or if it doesn't break out, if it comes into this area, I'm going to look at buying this thing. I like this chart. I really like it. I like the company. I've already researched this company a bit. So good pick. Very nice. Yeah, that's it for that one. FIL. Philo Mining Corp. Okay, let's head to a weekly chart on this one. So the weekly chart, more volatile, this one I would say. And I think one of our members is pretty happy today because we got a nice 13.85% move down here, as you can see. So very nice. Lots of consolidation here. And then we can clearly see a left shoulder, the head. So an inverted head and shoulder pattern, very bullish. This is from the March lows, but it is what it is. Very symmetrical. See, the left shoulder is at the same price level as the right, which is very encouraging. Going into a nice clear trend line downwards. So we got a touch here, touch here, touch here, and then a touch here. See, we went up this week. This is a weekly chart, right? On this candle, we went up, we came down, and we broke right below it. And then the next week we broke out, right? And then we touched again right here. Did a little flag. You see this little flag? Let's just put it in here. Let's go to the daily. It'll give us more information. Daily chart. So we hugged. See how we hugged the trend line here? Get a nice flag. Like this. And then boom, broke out. And look at this. Awesome. Off to the races. We're just, look at this little peak here. It's important to note it. Right? So we got some, not much resistance here, but it's a point before where it turned around. So see if we can break this. And you might be off to the races. So if I look at the next target here, $3. So percent from, let's cheat a bit. Let's say you owned it down here a bit. 50%. If we look at it from the price of today, about 30% move, and then all-time highs. So yeah, bullish chart in my opinion. That's what I see. RSI here is up. I wanted to look at the RSI on the other chart as well. If we go back to gold mining, I forgot to discuss it, but on the weekly chart, you can see here, we're making lower highs. Yeah, higher lows. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. We're uptrending. I got a 12-hour shift in me. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at now. As you can see, I don't have any moving averages here. I wanted to touch on that too because I used to look at moving averages and look at when the 7-day moving average crosses the 21-day, then I would go in and that. But I found my niche. I understand better I think it's more valuable to look at the price action. Everything is in the candles. Everything is in the trend lines. I have nothing else in here. No other indicators in my charts. You can add the moving averages if you wish, but price action for me tells me everything that I need to know. So yeah, what else do I want to look at? I want to look at Sandstorm Gold. I added to this one recently. Boom, just look at this chart a bit. 2012 we peaked up here, came down, right? So this is a royalty streaming company. I'm going to be speaking about these companies in more detail, fundamentals and why I love them. I own quite a few of them. You see the red tags here? These are the ones I own, okay? So you see this nice arc again, touch, 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 touch here, noise from the beautiful March experiment that we had. And then we have a huge handle, right? And we're right on this arch, right? So I added again right here. I think it's going to be explosive. I'm looking at minimum testing all-time highs of 1533, 100%. And then after that, I think we're going to break that all-time high. I really do. I think gold's going a lot higher. If you're following me, you probably agree. So that's that chart. The other chart I wanted to touch on is EMX. So EMX, okay, I don't have the arch drawn here, but you can see the same kind of thing. We had consolidation. I think I bought around 387, 388, something like this in here. And now we've finally broken out. There's a lot of consolidation here. So this is going to be very strong support. If prices pull back into this pattern, we should get some good support, and I don't think we're going to go lower than this. So boom, nice place to add to this position. 420, we get a pull back down here, boom, and then we go up. I'm not saying we will, but could happen. And I like having plans in place. I get, you can get emotional when you're investing and trading. So you have a good plan. You see where your buy setup is, which reminds me of this one. If I look at this not ELY, MTA, Metalla. Look, I had been watching this for a long time, as well as EMX. This thing broke out. I wanted to get in here. I wanted to touch the trend line, and it didn't work out. Look, the candle, man, I just missed it. So you set up your buy setup, you set it up in here. I didn't get the move. I missed this, right? That's okay. I followed my plan. I could have been a little bit more. I could have said, yeah, $11. I should have got in. I probably should have got in here. My plan would have worked perfect, and I would have shot up. So be it. ELY, another royalty company. We got a nice arch. You've seen I've added to this. And it's kind of hard, we were looking at the first stock we were looking at with low volatility, low volume. On a daily chart, what does this thing have for a volume on a daily chart? We're looking at a volume of, very low volume too. So it's hard to get in. I had this order in to get into my trade. I had it in for a while before it executed, even if the bid ask was at the same price. The shares just weren't there; they weren't trading. So that's the difficulty with these low volume stocks. But if you always set your limit order, don't put a market order in for sure. Wait till prices pull back on you. Buy it when it comes in, and then hold it. And same thing when you sell it at the price where you want to sell it, and wait for it to be filled. So ELY is another nice arch. We're getting right at the bottom. We got a nice trend line here, and great place to add, right? So these, technical analysis really helps with the managing the risk. We talked about this morning. We talked about these red flags help a lot because I could see where I'm going. LTBR. Right, one of my trades, I took profit today, right on this trend line, right? So you see, it's established, right? So I said, you know what, it could cross it, so I kept half my shares. If not, well, you know what, we'll probably get a pull back to 450, 460, right over here, test this high, and then I'll add again, and then we'll play the next wave up. So this is how I work. This is how I trade, and look at this volume. I love to see volume on consolidations before the breakouts like this. This is a nice bottom. We talked about it. What did I see on this chart about volume? Always look at the volume too. That's another huge indicator for me. When things break out here, that's what I wanted to see. See here, we don't have a lot of volume on this breakout. It's something that's missing. It's still significant though. We closed right at the top of the candle here, but keep it in mind, okay? Because there's not a lot of volume. There is a lot here, okay, in this, and we're over this. So this would show me that there'd be support here. There's a lot of people that bought or sold here, so they'll add or they'll cover, you know. So it's a nice support zone for sure. This nice setup here. So that's about the charts that I wanted to get to this evening before I go and get some rest. And I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see if you like what you're seeing, and what stocks you want me to look at next. Have a great night. Thank you, everyone. And just so you know, my beard. You see this? I gotta wear this thing for 12 hours. So, I mean, you see why I got that weird looking line on my beard, but it sits really well. It helps it. So, anyway, little details. Have a great night, and talk to you tomorrow.